Welcome back. President Obama abruptly canceled a meeting with the Secretary of Health and Human Services today about stemming the collapse in the Obamacare exchanges. It's a developing story. It's unclear why it was suddenly canceled. The meeting was canceled, but the alarm bells are going off in the Obama administration over a new report from the Kaiser Family Foundation. It shows nearly a third of U.S. counties only have one insurer available to Obamacare consumers, and that, coupled with significant premium increases, some places in the order of 2/3, plus puts a whole program in jeopardy. Late last night, the administration released 14 different proposals to tweak the program, including items like getting more young, healthy people to sign up through outreach efforts via advertising. But any significant changes would have to come from Congress. It's not likely to happen. So what happens next? Joining me now, Trump's economic advisor, council member, Betsy McCoy. And I want to point out, Betsy, you've written 3 books on Obamacare, right?
That's right. So, and now we see Obamacare collapsing.
Why?
It probably could last maximum 1 more year unless Congress acts to change it.
Why is it collapsing?
It's collapsing because of a flawed design. Basically, this law tries to force healthy people to pay the same amount for health insurance as chronically ill people. But we know that 5% of the people in the nation, the very ill, consume 50% of the health care. So this is like trying to feed a Chihuahua and a Great Dane on the same budget.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't work. The healthy people said, we're not paying. Even with subsidies, and 80% of the people in the exchanges are getting a subsidy, a big subsidy, almost 3/4 of the price. They still don't want to stay in here. So when open enrollment begins November 1st, 7 days before the election, they're going to find huge premium increases, on average 25%. In some places, as you pointed out, 50% or more. They're going to find very few choices. In a third of the nation, only one insurer. That's like saying you have to buy a car, there's only one on the lot, right? And they're going to have a very narrow choice of doctors or hospitals or medication coverage. All bad news. And deductibles like $7,000 per person for the cheapest plan.
Right, and if you don't get the insurance, right, you have to pay the mandate tax. But here's the thing, you know, we've seen in Alaska, there was something like just 36 people or so, 37 people responsible for like half the losses in the Alaska State Exchange.
You're pointing out exactly what we know,
well,
that a few very sick people.
What is the Obama administration going to do about this problem?
Well, here's what they've proposed 14 changes under heavy pressure from the insurance companies and the hospitals. And the change that will mean the most to everyone watching is this. Right now, there's something called special enrollment. 33 reasons why you don't have to sign up during open enrollment at the end of the year. You can choose some other time. You have a baby, you get married, but there are 33 of them, and nobody ever required any proof. So here's something amazing. Over 1 million people on these insurance plans didn't sign up during open enrollment. They waited till they needed health care.
Right, and they don't like that,
Then they signed up. Yeah. So those people have health care costs 55% above the average. They're the ones who are costing these plans a lot.
Okay.
And so they're going to try and turn the screws on consumers and limit when they can sign up.
What should be done about it?
Well, what should be done? First of all, whoever is the next president should say, on day 1, I'm suspending that penalty. You won't have to pay a penalty if you don't sign up for these plans. How can you penalize people when they don't want to sign up for? There's no choice.
Right.
The premiums are exorbitant, could cost you 20% or more of your take-home pay, right? And for that, you might not get to use any of your doctors.
Wow. This is...
So how can you penalize people for saying no thank you?
And it's an election year issue because, again, the enrollment period starts a week before the presidential election.
And these are huge penalties now, huge.
Betsy McCoy, thank you so much for your time.